Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to see everybody here today. Welcome to another episode of the Stay-at-Home Bookkeeper Behind the Business, where we talk with guests about the life of being an entrepreneur, of starting a bookkeeping business from home. And we have Deanna here again with us today. Welcome, Deanna.
Hey everyone, I'm excited to be here. If you're excited to be here, I want to see you post it here. Come on, I want to
Yes,
see the
let's
chat.
put
Let's
some
get
stuff in the
engagement
chat.
going.
I love it. So today we are going to talk about one of the scariest parts about starting a business, which is marketing. Something you're going to hear Deanna talk about is she doesn't call it marketing, she calls it life-fitting, which is learning how to fit marketing into your life instead of making marketing feel like a drudgery, a full-time job. So today, we're here with Deanna. She's going to share some simple, practical tips on how to start putting yourself out there, whether you already have a business or you're thinking about starting a business and are concerned about, oh, what is marketing? How am I going to sell people? So let's get started. As we go, anybody, you can pop some questions in the chat for Deanna as we go along. But Deanna, let's start here. Why do you think marketing feels so overwhelming for either potential business owners or new business owners?
I think it's because we're thinking of it as, oh, a marketing team with a large company, and I need to have a full team and I need to know all these things. And so to me, sometimes the word marketing can seem scary because it's the unknown. For me personally, it's not what I do. I always tell people, I'm like, I'm not marketing. I don't know. I learn things as I go, but that's not my skill set. And I just know that's not my skill set. And I'm okay with that. Um, but every company needs it, right? And so I just kind of I fell into what I call life eating just because, as many people know here, I like to talk. And so I like to share my message, regardless if it's about my children, my grandchildren, my businesses, whatever it is, I talk about it. And I just found that naturally I was able to just share and get more people to talk about my business by just being natural. When I tried to make it business or when I tried to be really professional, it didn't fit my personality and I didn't do well. Like I really didn't. I actually stumbled. It's like if Emily asked me to do a video and it's got to be scripted, I can't do it. I bottle up. I just simply can't do it. But if I just go off the cuff and I'm just talking about what I love and what I'm passionate about, then I can do it because it's like when you talk about like I have grandchildren and I've got five. And when I talk about my grandchildren, I love that. I love talking about them, right? So when you're talking about your business, it should be like that. It should be that it comes so natural and you love what you do and you're excited to share. And so to me, that is lifeing. That is sharing your life, sharing what you do with others, whether it's your hairdresser, whether it's your dentist, whether it is going down the street and talking to your neighbors just as you're walking around, trying to get some steps in. Like to me, that's where you get business because people do business with people that they like. And so I would rather do business with those type of people that want to work with me versus than me trying to like go and get business and do Facebook ads and do all of that. To me, I just do life eating. Did that help?
I love it. That helps. So before we get into some practical tips, I want to ask this. A lot of people, when they're starting a new business, they don't have that confidence yet about talking about their baby, talking about their business. So what tips do you have for people to build some confidence so they can go out into the world and share the story of their business and what they do?
Okay. So here's a good example. Dancers. If you go into dancing, you ever know they notice they have the mirrors on the wall. Why do they have the mirrors on the wall? So they can watch themselves practice, right? So they practice till they get every single thing right, right? So to me, it's like I go into the mirror. Believe it or not, it's the weirdest thing I know, but I go in the bathroom, shut the door, and I talk to myself in the mirror.
Mhm.
Sometimes it talks back to me. I'm just saying, right? But you talk to the mirror, get yourself to where you're comfortable with what you're going to say. Then once I've done that and I kind of know what my spill is, or especially like if I know I'm going to like let's say it's a BNI meeting or something like that, and I know that I've got to say something, I'll practice in the mirror when I'm doing my makeup. Like I'll be talking and going, because I feel more comfortable and I'm getting it out of my system. I'm getting the jitters out before I go. And then I hear myself, and then I'm like, identify where maybe I could tweak it, or what should I say, or what should I not say? And then once I'm done with that, so again, mirror is great. Then I do this. Y'all, everyone's got one, a phone, right? You take your cell phone, put it on video mode, and video yourself for like 2 minutes. Just do whatever you're going to talk. Then push play. You don't have to share this with anyone else. And you push play and you watch yourself, hear yourself talk and see how you're saying it, and you'll be able to critique yourself. So I always say practice, practice, practice. It's like going to the gym, which I know Emily talks about, like me going to the gym. Like I have to go to the gym to lose weight or to get in shape. It's not going to just do it on its own. So you have to get those reps in. And so it's the same thing, go to the mirror, talk to your phone and get those reps in, and then it just becomes natural. It really, really does.
Yeah, I love that. And it's true. It's a hard lesson to realize, but it isn't just going to happen on its own. And so
Mm-mm.
that's why we especially in the academy, we have our support and we have our team on our call say, come and practice an elevator pitch. Come and practice talking about your business because you never want the first time you're going out in the world to be the first time the words are coming out of your mouth and
Right.
you're talking about it. So practicing is great. I love it. So let's get into some practicalities of marketing. You love talking about life-fitting and integrating marketing in your everyday life. Can you share a few easy, practical tips on where to start with your marketing? I know you mentioned recording videos and using your phone, talking to your network. Give us a few tips of areas where people could start with their marketing without spending a ton of hours every single day downloading leads and doing that whole process.
Yeah, I just again using the Life-Ting model, right? Like I went when I first started mine, I went and got hats made with the name of my business, and I have shirts made with the name of my business so that I'm when I'm walking around, going to the grocery store, going wherever I'm at with my kids or grandkids, people would ask me about my business. It started that conversation piece, right? So I wasn't having to go talk. Literally, I was at the grocery store when someone said something about they saw the back of my shirt and they asked me about my business. And I was like, how do they know what I do? Right. And then I was like, oh, I'm wearing the shirt. I
Yep.
forgot I was wearing the shirt. And so then I just start naturally talking. We exchange information and I got them as a client at the grocery store, right? I've gotten them at my hairdresser when I'm just talking to her as she's doing my hair. I'll start talking about what I'm doing, and she's like, "Oh, let me send you some business. I know someone that could use you." Right? Like that's just talking to everywhere you go, spreading the word costs $0. That is the cheapest marketing that I can give you tip, right? Like just talk about it, share it, making things like videos. I do videos all the time and I put them on my social media. Like I'll put them on Facebook and post them and tag people in it, and then I get people to share. And I've gotten a lot of clients just from Facebook, right? And LinkedIn too, but just social media in general. I've just with my little small videos. I didn't my favorite one was my video like last year at Disney World, and I tell everyone this story. I'm at Disney World and I'm sitting there making a video with my grandchildren as I'm waiting in line, and that went viral. It was
Uh-huh.
crazy how much business I got from Disney World. Just a video that I made hot, sweaty with my grandkids at Disney World. But
People
then
love
I shared,
the real aspect.
yes,
And that's what
yes,
it is in this life-fitting model, is sharing your
yes.
not,
Yeah,
some buttoned up version. People think they need to be perfect. In
no.
reality, what I hear you saying is you kind of just got to commit to it, make a video, post it, and you'll continue to get comfortable.
Make one thing a day. I always say take one action a day.
Okay.
And that'll get you started. And then you can move to like two or three, right? But if you just get started with take one action a day, like today I'm going to do this, it'll get you into the reps of being able to do those things and get it becomes more natural, right? So just start with one a day.
Mhm. I love it. And you talked about phones. We all got one. We're all living on them these days. I just think about all of the contacts we have in our lives that we don't realize that's a network. You don't need to
Mhm.
go. We love being eyes, but you don't have to always go to outside sources. It's look who's in your phone. Scroll through and see, who may have a business, who knows who is somebody they might not have a business, but may know somebody who has a business. So talk a little bit about digging through your contacts and contacting people and saying, I have this new business. I've heard you talk about that before. Let's chat a bit about that.
Well, I've done it a couple of different ways. I've done it to where I've sent out a little text and said, "Hey, Casey, I'm taking on two more clients, and I didn't know if you knew of anyone. I just wanted to throw that out there and see if you knew anyone. I would love to, send you a referral fee. If not, no big deal. Just missing you, haven't chatted in a long time. How are you, buddy? Like, and I
Mhm.
just make it really not pushy at all, but just throwing it out there that I'm taking on one or two more clients, and then I'm checking in on them, right? And so even if he doesn't have any clients or anyone to recommend me, he's going to respond back and say, "Oh, I'm doing good, Deanna. Like it's great to hear from you." And then I can keep that momentum going and talking to him. And it doesn't feel weird that I just asked him to send referrals, right? That's so weird. But then what it does is, and I always try to play a game. I like try to in a week, I'll try to see how many of those texts can I send out. Like, can I do 40? Can I do 50? And then what happens is I can promise you, I promise you, tell me in the chat if I'm not seriously, out of all those people, you will get one, at least one, if not more, that will reply back and say, "Oh, I know someone. Oh, my sister-in-law's husband has a plumbing business that needs a bookkeeper or whatever." And you'd be so shocked at how many people would respond back to your text because it was non-threatening. It was just friendly, right? And they'll refer you and they'll connect you and say, "Here, I'm going to send you a text with so and so." And it just gets that ball going and it lets you reconnect with people. So I always try to do that. That is like my biggest number one way of getting out there without feeling like I'm pressuring anyone.
Well, and I want to go back to something you said earlier, which is people want to do business with people that they like. And something that I've also heard you talk about that I love is the idea of tacos and tequila. And that's a fun way of saying people do business with people they like. So talk to me a little bit about that.
I have a rule, and people, if y'all get to hear me in the academy a lot, I always say tacos and tequila because if I can't sit at a table and have tacos and tequila with you, then I don't want to do business with you. Flat out. I don't, it's not worth my time. I simply love life too much. I want to be able to work with people that I like and enjoy. And I think that's the joy of having your own business is that you get to choose who you take on as clients, right? And have so I always say a good rule of thumb is if you could sit there and have tacos and have a glass of tequila or a glass of wine or whatever it is and enjoy that conversation, then you're going to have an open relationship to be able to have a good client relationship with them, right? But if you're there in that first 5 minutes and you want to put a fork in your eyeball, right? Then you probably don't want them as a client. It's just true, right? So walk away. The best thing I can tell anyone is to walk away from a potentially bad client. One, it'll sour your business, it'll put you to where you don't love it anymore, and it's not worth it. They'll become such a headache. So you got to learn to walk away. So that's my tacos and tequila.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so you've given us lots of great tips on videos and text and reaching out to people. Let's talk a little bit about consistency. How can people build that muscle of staying consistent with their marketing? You know, the first few times you may send videos out, you may not get a response. So, how do you build that consistency and stay resilient whenever you're first starting these marketing methods?
Well, what I do is I have it on my calendar because I live by my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't happen, right? So I went into my calendar and so the first one that was really hard for me was doing the Facebook post because I was always forgetting. Like I just did it at night and then I'd do it when I wanted to, and I wanted to be very consistent. So then I
Mhm.
put it on my calendar at 7 a.m. every morning. I blocked myself time on my calendar that I had to do Facebook, right? And my social media. So I just put on there social media activity. It forced me because that means that's my time. That's what I have to do. And you can be whatever it is. It can be 12 to 1. It can be like whatever your time is, maybe 5 to 6. But I blocked that time and it forced me because I live off my calendar. It forced me to go, okay, now I'm going to do it. This is my time to do it. And I focus. And when I'm in that focus mood, in that mode, then I'm more creative. I found my juices were going and I was able to think outside of the box and do other creative things. And then that led to me getting excited to go do other things. And then I was in that, like, I was really, really motivated to keep doing more because it forced me. So that 1 hour day was just life changer for me because it got me started. That's why I chose the morning too, because I got me excited for the day.
I love that. Okay, so you have shared a lot of great tips. I want to recap some of them. So we talked about practicing. We talked about Sometimes you got to talk to the mirror, even if it ends up talking back to you. Talk and get that practicing done. You know, you can find a spouse, one of your children. I know your children will be honest, people to talk with and practice with. So practice, practice, practice. We are going to start making new content once a day, time block and putting that marketing in your calendar so you're forced to do it. And then we're remembering tacos and tequila. People like to do business with people that they like. So those are some really key points you touched on. But I want to end with a challenge. What would you challenge our friends watching here today that they do starting today to get themselves started with their marketing and their life fitting?
The marketing or life? One, I think you need to be working with us. If you're not working with us, come on, I want to work with you. So no, that's number one. Number two, I want you to make a commitment that you're going to go make 3 videos. Go make 3 videos and post them. Just see what that does. Just go do 3 videos. It really is not that hard. And don't try to overthink it. Go in your backyard by the pool and just, make a video with your phone and just be like, here we go, make a video. It's just so simple. And then the next thing I want you to do is I want you to find an hour a day and just block out that time and go, whatever it is, that's your time to focus on it. I want to see it. Even if you just start this week, just this week alone, start just getting into those little tiny habits will really change the way you look at getting your business going.
I love it. That's awesome. So y'all post down below, what are you going to commit to in this next week? And I've got a challenge too. If you make a video, pop a video underneath here and we can always give feedback. We love to see it. We love to support people who are taking that action. So this is awesome. I'm really excited. Thank you, Deanna. We've learned, you don't need to go viral to grow your business. You just got to start showing up for the people in your circle, in your network, and commit to making new content every single day and watch that momentum build. So I'm gonna post a quick image over here if I can share. There it is. There it is up. If you want to learn more about life fitting, about how we can help you get your business started, go ahead and scan this QR code. It'll take you to booking a call with our team. We can get to know you, where are you at in your journey, and how we can provide some feedback and support. So we'll also pop a link down below. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Deanna. Any final thoughts before we close out for today?
I want you just to think of the word Life-Ting and every single thing you do, I want you to always think of who could you be talking to? Who
Love it.
could be your next person? That I want you to start creating that Life-Ting model in your life.
Awesome. Well,